Hi Aries, this is Kapualani with your girl and her moon, July Capricorn full moon reading. So let's see what is in store. Okay, let's see what's up, Aries. What do you need to hear from the universe this full moon? Well, interestingly enough, I don't know if you had caught it when I was cutting and shuffling the deck, but that Father of Pentacles sort of popped up. One of the things that I'm getting here, you know, this feels silly saying it, but almost like slow and steady. Follow things step by step. Now is the time to pay attention to your plans. Pay attention to the timing and order of things, Aries. I really get the strong sense, don't rush into things. The Father of Pentacles really errs on this side of responsibility, especially when it comes to money matters, business matters, your career, just finance, all that kind of stuff. But where leadership roles are concerned, especially whether it's you being the leader in your own life in terms of seeing what's out there, applying the action, whatnot, or it's in regards to just obviously your career path, your business life, whatever the case may be, there's a tone of slow and steady wins the race. Follow the steps. I don't know why, but it's about paying attention to the steps to a T for some reason here, Aries. Let's see if we'll get some insight about that. What's being brought into your awareness? Okay, don't rush into things. Sometimes it's okay to have to change things up. I know you get that. However, I think that since this Son of Swords, I get the sense of rushing into things. And in the beginning, I'm like, okay, something is about slowing down, see what's in front of you, see the path, the opportunities, what benefits, the things that are of use to you, that are right in front of you. You don't have to seek out, figure anything else out. It's all within your grasp. It's about taking that ownership, responsibility, stepping up in that way of building consistency. And sometimes there's action through inaction, right? And it's the timing of things. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because you can cross the bridge right now doesn't mean that right now is the safest, best time for you to cross that bridge. Rushing water, whatever the case may be, maybe the bridge is a little bit janky. So Son of Swords, what's being brought into your awareness? Anywhere that there may be some holes, may have been holes in the plan where you may have really done some hard footwork, where you really have said, okay, I've come this far, where the result, this is where you're now being brought, okay, where did you maybe skip over certain steps? Where did you maybe you had to bypass certain things. Maybe there were some things that just weren't available for you to take advantage of. This is that time to see where there are, I don't know why, I've been getting empty spaces, holes, potential things that you may have missed. Even opportunities, not just, oh, oops, got to go back and tie up that loose end. No. But there may be things that you weren't yet able to grasp, that you weren't yet ready or able to see because you weren't in that position yet. So that's where you're getting a big message to go back. So in terms of what you may need to revisit, okay, Five of Swords. Just because things didn't go your way that first time around, or right now, again, things may seem to be slowing down because the universe is trying to reveal different directions, reveal different avenues, reveal different areas of opportunity that you may have overlooked. We all come here, with our whole karmic stuff. And so I feel like in this case, there's a lot of this aspect of going back, and it's about also giving yourself some credit. I feel something about the importance and the significance for some reason, Aries, about not just, oh, don't rush into things, Aries, but it's really look back at your actual path and how things have manifested, and how you know what I mean, where you've really taken the time, where things have had the time or the ability to develop you know, with more consistency versus, okay, well, I thought that I could, like I said, just cross that bridge and, oh man, you know, I ended up losing out on this, I ended up hurting myself, da, da, da. Whereas if I had waited a day, then everything would still be intact. So one, don't be so hard on yourself, forgive yourself. Two, figure out how that happened in the first place. So it's not with the intention of beating yourself up, Aries. It's with the intention of saying, oops, maybe I should just kind of like take a breath, pause and take a breath, pause and really take a look at what I have available to me before just kind of thinking that I can gun into it. Why? Why? Don't hurt yourself, okay? So patience is the key here. Advice for a smooth full moon. Wow. Pacing yourself, pacing. Okay, got it right on the dot here, Aries. I feel, and I hope for you at least. You know, it's like Kapualani's nuts. 8 of Pentacles. Okay, I cannot stress this enough. You're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. You are really focused on those results, really focused on the goal. This is that time, Aries. Take advantage of the opportunity, take advantage of the downtime, so to speak. Take advantage of, you know, when you're like, well, I've got all this done, so what am I missing? Or I want to go this way, but it's not happening yet. It's not happening yet. Don't resist. What you resist, what persists, right? So look to the opportunities of what's right in front of you that you might be just kind of missing out on. There may be something right in front of you that either you're not wanting to address, you're not seeing, and it's not because it's anyone's fault, Aries, but it's just in terms of shifting gears, slowing down, shifting gears. And I'm getting just, you don't have to worry about looking ahead and being that visionary and what's going to be next. Look at what's right in front of you, because there's a pothole that you're like, boom. So slow down, take a look at what's right in front of you. There's opportunities to be had, connections to be repaired and mended with this time that you have here now. Okay, something very significant there. So you're not missing out on anything, Aries. What you want is going to happen. This whatever supposed downtime, whatever drag, whatever resistance that you may be feeling, okay, it's all for you to get caught up with here and now. Okay, what sort of vacation is your soul craving? Yep, breathe. Look at these swords. Okay, Aries, definitely I feel rather, really guided to recommend anything that would be soothing and or calming to the nervous system. Okay, if it's like EFT tap, I mean, I recommend that for all of us, quite frankly, but really taking a breath. Okay, take a look at where you may have been just kind of overdoing, overthinking, you know, over processing, and or where there may be external stuff that, again, maybe you're just not even aware of it, but these external stimuli that are really sort of potentially wreaking havoc on, I'm getting even possibly the adrenals, so nervous system, adrenals, stuff like that. Of course, you know, go to your professional, you know, healthcare person and things, but I just take a look at those areas, potentially mind the levels of stress, and it's like, let go. You don't have to worry about looking ahead, looking back. What did I want to, you know what I mean, behind you by any kind of regrets. But it's just about something that you might be standing right on top of, even if it's just taking a look and saying, wow, I've really accomplished a lot. And maybe there's nothing that needs to be done right now except kind of like life, like dusting around the home, and you know what I mean? It can, like, right now, just for now, Aries. So all that being said, keep in mind, you know where to find us, girlandamoon.com. Check out the other signs for your moon, your rising, zodiacs as well. Gives a nice little feel for just extended info and whatnot. But till next time, have a gorgeous and bright full moon. Hey Taurus, this is Kapualani with your July Girl and Her Moon full moon forecast. Let's see what we've got, Taurus. Okay, Taurus, let's get your message from the universe. And this is actually, I believe, a Capricorn full moon. The Taurus, whoa, breakthroughs. Okay, so there are some core layers of consciousness that I'm present to here, Taurus. Whether there are external things that really kind of just knock you, like, and just go, whoa, I hadn't seen things that way before. There's something really significant here. And I don't mean to be so obvious because, you know, with the nature of the tower, it is just kind of more of that shocking things that really come by surprise, hit you out of surprise, hit you out of nowhere. There's certainly energies, even if, you know, it doesn't have to be these big, huge events, of course, Taurus, but what I will say is during this full moon energy, just be aware of yourself, be aware of situations around you. It's kind of saying, you know, one way or another, it's going to be okay. I feel like saying that because the tower is usually things that happen when the tower hits. It's usually not something that you can control one way or another. And, you know, typically with major arcanas, it's kind of like that. But with the tower especially, I just want to say, like, in some cases, you may be able to manage this energy well, Taurus, just because of that ability to kind of, you know. So let's see what this woman will be bringing to your awareness with this tower energy in mind. And there's some kind of, I get a few things maybe firing off. I get that there's distraction energy. I feel like a lot of things may be a little bit ungrounded. So yeah, Seven of Pentacles, practicality, organization. This full moon, I just feel it being very jarring to the psyche, to your perception, the ability to focus. This is really going to give you a space or probably encourage you to, like, want to tidy up or try to get things into, I guess, a bit more of alignment. So personal inventory comes to mind when I see the Seven of Pentacles. There may be some things, Taurus, that really are affecting you that you know, I just feel this kind of stuff, Taurus, where it's like, so, you know, you just start to kind of, like, you know, get things, there's a tendency, rather, there is, because things may feel very unstable. You may be inclined to want to create organization. You may be driven to try to control circumstances and situations around you, and or at least start to pick on it or analyze. And when I say pick, I don't mean as a judging. It's just a reactive type of thing because you're going to feel likely ungrounded. But I don't know if you're going to outwardly realize it. So we're telling you this right now. Okay. So where your life, where your goals, where you feel you aren't in control, where you feel that you're not seeing the results that you'd like to see, Taurus, that may be some of what really starts to get to you. Okay. From this full moon's going to be highlighting. So let's see what you might need to revisit. Yeah, there we go. 8 of Wands. You know, and I said that, I'm like, you have that ability, Taurus, to just, you know, with the oranges here again, charge through when you see something, red flag disaster and or a red flag opportunity, whatever that may be. The red is about attention, calling to your attention. Okay, it's gonna call you into action. Okay, so where you may have felt stagnated, where you may have felt a little bit uninspired, or just you know what I mean? That's where this full moon's gonna say, enough of that. What are we going to do now? Woohoo! So you know that on and off switch? Yep, there it is. There it is. I know you might have been waiting for that, babe. I feel you. Okay? This is really going to give that encouragement to take action. You know, where you lull over it, you lull over it, you lull over it, but there's nothing. There it is. There's that ignition. Okay? I'm really happy for you, to be honest, because, you know, from one fixed sign to another, one human being to another, you know, without that fire, without that spark, it's like, all right. So let's get some advice for a smooth full moon. Yeah, reach up, connect to the higher, ground that charge, okay? Don't just take the heat. Don't just be like in the mental space or just in the nervousness ground. So whatever it takes, going for a walk, if it's not, let's say, applying the action to how with, creating some type of household goal or some type of, just like turning the thought into action. Okay, that's what we're catalyzing. And so in this case, we don't want just action anywhere. This is something that has to be aligned, because there's something that you may have been building, that you may have just sort of consistently been trudging away at and waiting for a breakthrough, waiting for something to okay, finally, catalyze that next step, that next goal opening space, whatever the case may be, but reach. Okay, I'm getting this thing to seek out the guidance, seek out the clarity, seek out the connection or connections, okay, with people, places, the situations that can help to support you in these next stages. But it definitely comes from trusting your intuition and going to your higher self first and foremost, okay, and listening to your higher self in that regard when you are going to take action and where you are going to make those connections. All right, what type of downtime is your soul craving? Daughter of Wands. Cool. So like I said, there's something here with action orientation. Okay, this should be a really significant time for you to feel a bit of a recharge. Like there's something about where things may have felt stagnated, or just, not even stagnated. Okay, it's like a nice little boost, even if it's a bit of a jolt and comes out of nowhere. Something significant. It may be even like a person. It may be like just something connecting the dots to where it's an activation of a next step. Looking at things with a sense of renewal, looking at things from a sense of, it's like being flat and then be like, oh, yay. So I hope that makes sense, Taurus. I'm not sounding a little bit too vague here. But, there's a bit of that life perk that comes up here. There is an alignment with the connection to your own core spirit and spiritual self. There is an excitement, the fire, okay? So action-oriented energy that's aligned with your higher self, aligned with your creative truth, okay? Your creative core. And like I said, more than anything, a catalyst of inspiration to put that energy, to put that potential into motion more than anything. So just play and let yourself, I just keep getting this word, activate, the possibilities that are around you. So check us out, girlonthemoon.com. And also, Taurus, don't forget, check also your moon and rising signs for a bit of extra insight. But have a beautiful and blessed full moon. Take care till next time. Gemini, this is Kapualani with your July girl and her moon. Full moon forecast. We've got a Capricorn full moon here. Okay, Gemini. Let's see your message from the universe this Capricorn full moon. High Priestess. There are things that I feel you are vibing on, Gemini. And for you, it's like, I get that. There's something here, though, that is telling me, trust your senses. Trust what you're picking up on. And remember, just because you're picking up on things doesn't mean that you are obligated into action. Okay, this is a time where it's about receiving. This is a time where it's about attuning to your higher authority, surrendering to that higher consciousness, and listening to that higher consciousness, because that higher consciousness is picking up on something. And you don't need to know what all those somethings are right now, because they're pieces of the puzzle. Okay, they're dots. We're connecting the dots. They're all of those pieces that are coming together, because there are things that you are inherently holding space for. There are things that you are inherently holding space to co-create and manifest. You've already put your intentions out there. I get that. I see that with this energy, Gemini. And even if you're like, well, I put intention out 5 years ago. Yeah. And there's those ripples, of things that you don't even realize with those intentions that you had set out, what you really, really, really felt inside that they could have meant. So that's where you may be picking up on a lot of things, even on a lot of like telepathic stuff, like people's vibes, people's energies. Remove yourself, step away. Okay, don't get all sucked into it. Don't be a sponge to it. Let yourself step back, step back, step back. Look at the bigger picture. Okay, that's a big message I'm getting right now. What will this full moon bring into your awareness? The Lovers. Wow, the interconnection. You are really starting to open up in this particular full moon, especially to receiving and engaging your own core sacred feminine, sacred masculine aspects. And that's where I feel, that sense of pause, listening, removing yourself from the others, the external, so that you can really see and feel who you are becoming. Okay? Because I feel that for you, you're very aware, Gemini, in that sometimes you can't, because we love each other, we love life, we just kind of allow ourselves to get caught up. And when we get caught up, we become affected. And sometimes we unintentionally, we have to remove ourselves from all of the emotions and all of the psychic stuff that doesn't belong to us. Other people's, feelings or thoughts or projections of who they see us as. You're in a growth space that's very significant here inwardly, Gemini. And look at that with the Lovers, that Gemini energy, so take that time to step back, take that time, even in your most intimate relationships. It's not a judgment or a negative with your intimate relationships at all, but rather it's a positive, so you can really see how that person, how those people have affected your growth and supported your growth, and where there are people that are saying, oh, well, maybe we've, I've outgrown, and it's not as a judgment to them or to you, but it's that those energies, those chemistries, they're just maybe not conducive to a harmony. Maybe it's there for certain things, but maybe it's not something that is sustaining in the long term. And maybe there are some that are, that's like, oh, okay, so there's no, like I said, there's no judgments, there's no decisions, there's no necessary action that needs to be taken right now, Gemini. It's just about seeing all of how you've grown and where you're heading, consciously and very much even by the work that you've already done. Okay, so let's see what you might need to revisit. Ace of Swords, look at that. Individual mind. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Even let's just say that you're like, yeah, I don't have relationships, I'm a lone wolf, similar energy. You're going to be seeing yourself. Okay. When you look back at photos of yourself, even last year, last month, whatever, it's like, whoa. Okay, so there's also a reminder, know your mind, know your heart, know yourself, go your way. Don't worry, okay? The people who are meant to go with you, they'll go. And even the people, whatever, everything, it all realigns at some point. You know what I mean? And so this is a card of, I honestly am hearing releasing conflict, releasing the need, to engage. You have that power to set it down. Just because you have the intelligence, just because you have the message, just because you have the answers, doesn't mean that you're obligated. You ever hear the phrase throwing pearls to swine? Forgive me, but because there's, again, people have to be ready to receive the information. Okay. And otherwise it's just on you to feel drained. You know what I mean? If they're not getting it, or it's up to you, it's for you to feel frustrated, not on them for not getting it, you know? So that's where it's really seeing your power in that sense. Advice for a smooth full moon. Father of Cups. Yep. Go your way. Follow your heart. There are those who, the ones who are meant to connect, the ones who are really hearing it, they'll follow. And they're, you know what I'm saying? And don't even worry. Just an energy of self-confidence and really being secure in who you are. And like I said, that balance with your inner feminine, masculine energies. Okay? It's okay for you to put yourself out there. It's okay for you to step out and among maybe peers or those that you're like, do I really say something? What place do I have? What position do I, who am I to say, this, share this, that, or the other thing? Who am I? Yeah, who are you? Go for it. Who cares? This is about you, nobody else, okay? So let's see what sort of vacay your soul's craving. The Emperor, yep, what did I say? Look at this. High Priestess, Emperor, the Lovers, Ace of Swords, Father of Cups. Wow, okay, Gemini. There's a lot of inherent wisdom, and you yourself may not have the words or the way to quite describe it yet, and that's okay. This Emperor energy, you don't owe anyone or anything, anybody, or you don't owe anyone or anything, excuse me. And the Emperor, these energies, you can take that step, you can make that decision in your own good time. And just because, again, you have the power to do something, just because you are in the position to do something, doesn't mean that you are obligated to. Okay? So there's no guilt trips here. That's big time. You get to move on. You get to graduate to the next levels, whether or not of those people that you love and you really give, or whatever you've cheered for, you guys are cheered, whatever. It's okay. Okay? No hard feelings. And for those who may have hard feelings, it's like, okay, we pray for them. Send them love, whatever, good vibes, but I gotta go. Shut that door, of disconnect, because we can't take that poo-poo with us. Just can't. It's useless, so don't. Leave it behind. Okay? So, that being said, Gemini, there's a huge wealth, and I'm so happy for you in this full moon to just really make it about you selflessly, selfishly and selflessly, and with light, complete love, unconditional love. And with that in mind, go to our website, girlonyourmoon.com. Don't forget to, think about a session. There's so many different options and things to explore, ways that we can support you. And also check out your other signs, your moon and rising signs as well, for some added insight. But I wish you the very, very best, Gemini. It looks like it's going to be a fabulous full moon. I hope for you. Till next time, take care. Cancer. What's up? This is Kapualani with your July Girl and Her Moon full moon forecast. We've got a Capricorn full moon here. Hope you're ready, Cancer. I mean, it is, your season. To be fair, we're sharing it with Leo. But in this case, Cancer, don't worry. It's all about you. Okay. Your message from the universe. What's up, Cancer? Son of Wands. Feisty. Go out and play. Get out there. Let your creative inspiration, let your creative vision, let your passions mindfully lead the way, okay? Let yourself tune in to your instincts, especially. You may even have, like, I feel a lot of potential psychic inclinations, to be honest, that are, may inspire your actions, that may inspire you into, I even feel the possibility of reaching out or connecting. So, one thing that I will say here, Cancer, is where you may be feeling psychic energies and or messages, pay attention, especially if you feel like an urgency to do something or to go somewhere, to, whatever it is, like to speak to someone, whatever the case may be. Pay attention. And I don't mean necessarily, oh, stop and red flag it or anything like that. But I do feel that there are some significant energy body activations that are happening. So this is an opportunity for you to really exercise that creative energy. Okay. So what will this full moon bring to your awareness? Look at that. Reunion, fun. Yep. Reconnection. Okay, Cancer. With that action, this really encourages you to play. This encourages you to, in the way of play, do things that are going to really entertain, not entertain, but nurture and support you, nurture and support that inner child, connecting with the inner child. Son of Wands, Six of Cups, there's this really sort of youthful energy here. So let yourself connect to that recharge, okay? And like I said, there's something here that's connecting to you on a soul level. So there may be some soulmate connections happening at this time, soul connections, things of significance in that regard. Okay, Cancer? I feel like new opportunities to reconnect with old soulmates, and not necessarily, it could be people like in this lifetime that maybe you hadn't seen in ages and ages, people that you've never met before but they feel like you've known them for ages, stuff like that. Okay, all right, let's see what you might need to revisit. Nine of Cups. Okay, got some cups action going on here. The universe is really, I feel this kind of reprieve for some reason, Cancer. I'm wondering how have things been for you, because I really feel like the universe is wanting to unlock and really encourage you into this mode of play, into this mode of joy, into this mode of, you know what, Cancer, I feel like you've really kind of had it. Like, here, go have a good time. Like, there's something that I feel, whether you've really been working hard and putting forth your best and feeling just like, ugh, that burnout, like so many, but there's something, this is not exactly a burnout. This is like, you need to play. You need to have fun, Cancer. Of course, like, all things considered, be safe and, gentle and healthy with yourself. But it's an opportunity to really take a look at what is bringing you true happiness. What relationships are truly nurturing and are truly reciprocal and supportive. And you know what I mean? And versus what's kind of just almost like when you go out and you feel like you're having a great time, but then you wake up in the morning and it's like, you're like, it was fun at the time and I don't know, man, I don't know. So that's where there's an opportunity, even when you look back again at, it doesn't have to be these exact people or relationships, Cancer, but it's those types of connections, the way, you know what I mean, and those types of scenarios, or even just, let's say, things that you would engage in, you know what I mean, ways that you fulfill yourself. So with cups, it's food, it's drink, how you either celebrate or suffer yourself in so many ways, so that's where it's about not just finding a balance, but again, here there's something about really letting yourself have a bit of fun. Have a bit of, but not, and that's not even just about having a bit of fun, but really looking at where, like, are you having fun? Like, are you having fun in your life? It's just like, or is it that you're doing things that you're trying, you know what I'm trying to say? So there's something here to reevaluate in terms of what really brings you fulfillment, okay, and healing. All right, advice for a smooth full moon, Ace of Wands. Yeah. Bing, that fire. Open up to a new vision. Try something new. Don't hesitate to engage a bit of spontaneity, with, but with that space of that is in alignment with your soul, in alignment with you in its spiritual, kind of karmically activated ways. I was trying to find the right word. You may, like I said, that psychic eye, your vibes, you might be picking up on some things, and be there is an energy of spontaneity, an energy of not just new beginnings and newness, but like directing that energy, Cancer. Okay, so try to just focus on one thing at a time. Okay, you're gonna get you will have time to try, and to experience, I don't want to say all of it, because that sounds like a lot, to be honest. But this is a time for you to lean back, to have fun, to take a load off. Let yourself celebrate life. Let yourself open up to the new cycles. Let yourself experience your freedom, where you this, at least where you're starting to see opportunities, and you're starting to see like, yourself kind of coming out of the shell. Okay, so what type of vacation is your soul craving? Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I think I felt that earlier. You'd like to see that return on all your hard work and all your efforts, so let it happen. Okay, you planted the seeds, you've been doing the work, now we just gotta water and let it rain. Okay, be ready. There may yet be a few things in the works that, while the whole bunch hasn't quite matured or ripened just yet, there are still some things there's things that are getting ready. There's things that are circling back, like the ebb and the flow of the tides, where things have been an ebb. There's some flow starting to trickle in. Okay, so set your sights. You're starting to feel it. Look for those opportunities, even if there's opportunities for you to potentially make new connections, plant new seeds, just of opportunity, just touchstones right now. Okay, Cancer. So this is a time for you to sort of reevaluate, shift, take a look at what brings you a sense of joy, and open up to the excitement, knowing that the hard work that you've done in the previous cycles, all that effort, it's not going to go to waste. You just got to let it circle back. Okay, so for now, just keep forging ahead with fun in mind, and check us out, girlundermoon.com. Don't hesitate, book a private personal session of your own. We got a lot of different options to consider in terms of how we can support you. Visit the other signs for your moon and rising zodiac info, bit of extra insight. And until next time, have a great full moon, Cancer. Hey Leo, hope this finds you doing well. This is Kapualani, and we've got your girl and her moon Capricorn full moon forecast here. Hey Leo, what do you need to hear from the universe this full moon? Ace of Pentacles. Okay, Leo, eye on the prize. Things are going to re-solidify as we start to get closer opening up to your season, of course. So this is always a lovely turning point, for you, Leo, of course. I hope at least that it is this particular, or that you feel that. This Ace of Pentacles, you're going to really feel the ground solidifying beneath your feet in terms of, okay, I can really sink my teeth into things here. Not just that you can have these a solid platform for a new beginning, Leo, but again, a focal point, something that's really like a motivation, an inspiration. Feels like there's been a lot of different things to look at, you know, a lot of possibilities. Where, what, where's the fire, right? And so that's where I'm getting something to not only just have a new beginning and have this new foundation, but a focal point, you know, to put your energy into. So what will, you know, saying this, what will this full moon bring into your awareness? Daughter of Swords. Okay. So this is a time, Leo, step back. Like I was like, you might have some distractions. Yep, feeling that happening here. Those things that may have been a lot of ideas, possibilities. Let's say if you have a goal, like a homestead, and all these lines, oh, you could do this and do this and this, and what do you need this, and you need this, and you need this, and you need power, you need water. You know what I'm trying to say, Leo? And so this is where the things that were just too much to think about in the past, the things that just went over your head, the things that you just weren't ready to kind of like, or even the opportunity to make sense of any of it in the past, this is going to be a space to realize, okay, where I can let go of things, where I can just start to, you know, even if I don't have it figured out, even if I don't have a plan, even if I've never tried to shoot an arrow, to throw an axe before in my life, you know what, I may not hit that bullseye the first time, but it doesn't mean I shouldn't try, you know? So I feel this sense of, you know, after just like watch, learn, observe, figure out what you're working with first, Leo, you know, and what you kind of are feeling out there. When you get that center point, all you do is focus on the bullseye and give yourself, just give it a try. Okay? You don't have to have it figured out in that sense, but you do need to know where to hold the knife. Okay? So what you need to revisit, or what you may need to revisit, where I say you need to know where to hold the knife. Gripping your power. Okay? Just because there are circumstances and situations that may seem a bit overwhelming, it doesn't mean that you don't know, or rather you don't have what it takes to apply yourself. You don't have what it takes to hit that bullseye, Leo. Okay, so what you may need to revisit, look at instances. I feel like, you know, there's been a lot of ups and downs that we've been going through. And so for you, where you've been feeling disempowered, or like I said, overwhelmed, unsure of yourself, uncertain, not really clear on what is my motivation, you know, this is where it's saying, listen, what if you could do, you have the ability to do all of it. You have the ability to hit that bullseye. Okay, it's about remembering, where is your intention? You can have all of these really great ideas. No, this is making it more. All these really, really great ideas and all these lines to hit. But what is the point? What is the goal? The goal is the bullseye. And so in this case, right, get to the heart of the matter. It's not just about the idea and like all of the information that's there, but it's the driving force that's behind it. Okay, and you're that driving force. Let's get some advice for a smooth full moon. Temperance. Yep. I get this energy of how you look at it, and realizing that, okay, the scenario and what you're looking at, the world that you're looking at, the environment that we're looking at, definitely is not the same that it used to be. Not even as yesterday. You know, 2 hours from now, something totally different could manifest in front of you, like, what? And you may feel this way. But the fact is, this is who you are. Okay? And when we go to the Father of Swords, the Father of Swords isn't just gonna, yeah, okay, I'm the Father of Swords. No, that's where the temperance and having integrity comes into mind. Okay, so advice for a smooth full moon, it's about, again, what's the point? Where, like, what is the heart of the situation? What's your why? You know, if you're going to be hitting that bullseye in the first place. So that's where, when you've got your energy channeled, Leo, and you put the consistent work into it, because you're just like that fixed fire there, you know, you don't have to stand over the fire sweating it. Okay, take a step back, measure yourself. And when I say measure yourself, it's like I said, look back and consider your own successes. Take a look and see that even though this isn't the same world that we're dealing with, and it may seem very awkward or very different or very unfamiliar, or just, you know, overwhelming and intimidating, it doesn't mean that you're supposed to deal with all that. You have your skill set, you have your core. It's just about you kind of coming back into that center, okay, instead of kind of looking for it outside of you. So what sort of vacation is your soul craving? Yeah, Nine of Swords. Let's let go. Let go. Let go of those self-defeating thoughts. Let's let go what is creating all of those details that are distracting you from hitting that center. Okay? Whatever external noise, whatever, or and even if it's not literally that you've got people that are just like at you, but it's just the internal nervousness of the what ifs, right? Benefit of the doubt, take a pause, breathe. I always like to say when I see the Nine of Swords, let's just withdraw, like one sword at a time. Okay, and in this case, where are you gripping on too hard? Where are you overthinking things? Okay, and or just that self doubting, or you know what I'm trying to say, Leo. So give yourself a break, take a breath, step back, don't make it all black and white. Give, just like I said, practice tossing that sword. Practice makes perfect, and where you have consistent action, you will gain results. Okay, Leo? So keep that in mind this full moon, because something is definitely, you have this opportunity to create something. Believe in yourself. You got this. You don't have to believe in yourself. Look back at the results of your own previous successes and who you are. Okay, that's all. And reach out to us, girllunermoon.com. Book a session with us. We're here for you. We're here to support you. Check out your other moon and rising signs for extra insight as well. And till next time, take care. Have a blessed and bright full moon, Leo. Hi, Virgo. Happy full moon. Not full, but full moon. This is Kapualani with your girl and her moon. Full moon in Capricorn forecast. Something told me shuffle again. So I'm shuffling again, Virgo. All right, let's get your message from the universe. Mother of Cups, take care of yourself, Virgo. You may start to feel and or at least kind of notice I'm getting a lot of just emotional, empathic, intuitive energies being triggered. I get some sensitivity. You may be feeling a bit more energetically sensitive, emotionally sensitive, intuitively sensitive with this full moon. I get feelings of potential just irritability for some reason, like just boundaries are a big thing here. Especially, when I see the Mother of Cups, that's kind of like, sometimes I go to that swan with the wing sort of found out like, hey, back up. So I feel like in this case, don't hesitate to just step back and take care of you. Okay, Virgo, this full moon. What will this full moon be bringing to your awareness? That being said, yeah, yep. So see the masks, and you're not quite with the fox, but I think if all the foxes sly. So I feel like you may be sensing a lot, noticing a lot, but are inclined to keep it to yourself. Okay. You may also think that you got it figured out, Virgo, but keep in mind the universe has other plans. So in this case, what you may be feeling, what you may be sensing, give yourself time to not necessarily reflect so much on it, but realize that there may be more going on behind the scenes than you think. Okay, and that doesn't necessarily mean things of deception or that are negative or that are going against you. But it's just that, again, not everything is always what it seems. So for example, you might, oh, whoa, what that person problem did it. But meanwhile, they could just be kind of like something really awful could be going on with them. So it has nothing to do with you. That's where it's a whole thing of be aware of when of your own sort of core stuff being a bit triggered for healing. Okay, there may be some things that you're picking up on. There may be some core wounds that I feel are coming up at this time, but there, how you go about sensing, managing, working with that energy. I feel like that's, hopefully in terms of this message coming up, it helps, to bring that into your awareness, Virgo, so you can just sort of distance, just keep it to yourself, just get away, stay away. Like, okay, I just gotta back away. It's for your own good. Because I love you. Then I'm just gonna keep to myself, love you from afar. I'll be back. Gonna go and spend some time in nature, and then I'll be back. Like, it feels like one of those things where you just need to decompress, and I feel like you get that, and you probably already even know that yourself, Virgo. Okay, so let's see what you might need to revisit this full moon. Yep, clean slate, new beginnings. I feel it for you. A place to just go wander, break free, okay? Try something new, be in a new space, focus on the joy. There's this air of just getting out, taking a breath. With the Mother of Cups, I think of the water and being in the water, and with this sort of darker night sky, or, I think of things in more of a womb space. In that case here, we see the Fool, that energy of new beginnings, of new life, and more than anything, joy. When you see the Fool, or in this case, that chick, it's in that space of clean slate, looking at the world in a clean slate sort of way. And so that's where I feel, be willing to let go and of the just whatever outside stuff, so that you can take care of what's going on inside, Virgo. Okay, advice for a smooth full moon. With that being said, yeah, 10 of Swords. Let's get clear first. Go to your higher wisdom in this case, because I just think of those swords coming out, like, and being relieved. There's something here with focusing on your healing. So I would really encourage you, where your nerves may just be overworked, your nervous systems, I'm just getting adrenals too in this one, and things speak to, if you have a nutritionist and or things that can be supportive in that regard to your wellness, to your just your healing journey. Especially when it comes to being, just any kind of mental health support, if you need it, if and where you need it, and or are feeling called in that regard, okay? But more than anything, it's just that clarity to really see your, in so many ways. Let go. Because I get you, Virgo. I get you. I always think of Virgo with like sand, and counting every single grain of sand, accountability in that way, and having the plans and whatnot. So in this case, like, remember, even in those best laid plans, you think you have you've had those plans and had those plans and had those plans, thinking about how these are scenarios. Blah! And at some point, you just got to live. Right? You just got to pull off the blanket, step out into the sun, and live your life. Okay? It's okay, Virgo. Make it about you. Take things slow. Do things that are going to be engaging, of self-healing, wellness, and well-being. Be reflective. And even recognizing, like, when you are around certain environments or people, it's like, ugh, I just don't like it. You know what I mean? That's okay. It's not going to be, I don't like you. Because it's not about them. It's just, you know what I mean? Right now, it's just got to do some other things. And same thing, like how it's not about you. That's why you don't have to torture yourself either, And there's something here with the eyes, Virgo, that I'm seeing in terms of like clearing the perception, clearing just whatever might be fogging or clouding you from seeing yourself, your scenario, or just your options and opportunities, or just life, just clearly, seeing clearly, period. Okay. What type of vacation is your soul craving? Yep. Look at the swords. You just want to breathe, be still. Okay. And also not to be stuck. Because I'm getting this energy, the Two of Swords, sometimes it's stuckness. So look at where you may be keeping yourself on hold unintentionally. Remember, like, you don't have to say, like, get up off the sword. It's okay. There's other swords, to kind of like, to cut your fruit with. Seriously, and in this case, the Two of Swords, in terms of a break or a downtime, number one, put the sword, like, don't tire yourself out where you might be feeling indecision. Set yourself free. Go out and take a step, do something, set yourself free. Don't stay locked in your mind, okay, for one thing. And in the cases where you do feel indecisive, you don't know what to do, that's where it's just surrender to, like you have been, and like you probably already know, just let the sun come out. Follow the sun in that case. I just, like, that's the message. I had to just keep it simple in that way, Virgo, because I feel like right now your mind is maybe a little bit needing a break. And, in terms of just how emotionally you're also intuitively, empathically picking up on things and how it could be stimulating you on a mental level. I just really feel, set yourself free, go out, connect with nature, be around people, situations that are going to be supportive of just not to sound simplifying, but your inner child, and just like, truly healing, truly just can be here now, be in the joy, and let things happen, because it's just, there's something here about just surrendering and taking care of you right now. Okay, Virgo, so check us out, girlundermoon.com. Don't hesitate, reach out. We are here to support you. We've got a lot of different options for readings and things that you can explore. Visit your moon and rising zodiac signs as well for some extra insight. And have a gorgeous and blessed full moon, Virgo. Till next time, take care. Welcome to July, Libra. This is Kapualani with your girl and her moon full moon forecast. And we've got a Capricorn full moon, Libra. Okay. What do you need to hear from the universe this full moon, Libra? The Chariot. Focus, stay on track. And remember, even when you're not out there moving about, making things happen, the world still turns. And thank goodness for that, right, Libra? And what I mean to say, I feel this heightened sense of intuition. I'm really drawn to the energy around the horse in this case, and you'll know when to stop, when to go, when to proceed, when to switch direction, shift gears, that kind of thing. So listen, okay? There's an ability, an opportunity for you to make some headway. This is a lot of what I'm hearing, but making headway doesn't necessarily mean that you're the one that's making it happen, So it's this mindfulness to the energies and circumstances, opportunities that are around you as you're going about moving and grooving, doing your thing, so to speak. There's some, I'm hearing like core elements of, like, I'm hearing self-control coming up, Libra, because that's what, essentially with the Chariot, it's a balance, and it's a sense of conscious focus and balance that's being called for. Okay, so what will this full moon be bringing to your awareness? The Empress. Wow. Okay, so yeah, give and take in a lot of ways. Trusting again your instincts, knowing that I feel, Libra, this is a really strong sort of call for you in terms of owning your power and seeing how you are that kind of vehicle of manifestation. You are embodying the journey, you're embodying the destination, you're embodying, you know, your goals and everything very well. And so part of it is, that's what I say, it's like stopping and really just realizing you're in that process, like you're living the life, you're in the process of becoming that person of co-creating and manifesting that vision, that future goal, whatever that you've seen. You know, it feels like there are things that are catching up in terms of your own, you recognizing the wealth and the benefits in your own current reality. You know, stopping and not just stopping and smelling your roses, but seeing that it's like you are the rose. You know, it's like, whoa. And yeah, you know, with respect, all due respect, you don't need to like lay it on so thick here, of course. But let's see what you may need to revisit. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so Libra, we've got some heavier hitting energies here. We've got this crescent moon highlighting sacred femininity and cycles, change, things that are in motion. Okay, there are a lot of reminders here. Where you are is where you need to be, and there's a lot that's happening while you're standing still, while you're sleeping. Okay, this Wheel of Fortune, karmic fate, karmic destiny. Okay, understanding that the wheel's going to spin one way or another, whether you're trying to spin it or not. And remember, you can't spin it. You have no control over that wheel. The control that you do have, like I said here, there's something about catching up, taking that time to really pause, stop, see how far you've come, so you can really appreciate where you are, you know. Yeah, stop and smell the it's coming up again, stop and smell the roses. And it's not to deter you from continuing on with what you're doing, but it's just to get you caught up and to, you know, just kind of further, I suppose, support, you know, and validate the work that you've done and that you're doing ultimately. Okay, advice for a smooth full moon. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, things are coming full circle for you, Libra. There's a lot to be grateful for right now, and I feel like you get that. You know, any parts of you that may feel an urgency or, you know, to make more happen or make, you know what I mean? This is really a time to get caught up, to connect with your loved ones, and to, reflect on the value, not, you know, like the wealth in terms of the physical amount, right? But the actual, what it means to you, you know, from the inside out, the whole. There's a lot to be, like, I just get right now with all that you have manifested, that this is all things that you know you have co-created and manifested, obviously with others in your life and things, but it's really a time to enjoy it. It's a time to embrace it. It's time to stop and recognize it. You don't need to do anything else. You don't need to go anywhere else. You don't need to accomplish anything more than what you have already done here and now. Tomorrow will come. Next week, next month, next year, those times and goals will come. Right now, hey, it's cool. You can just like take a load off and really enjoy the wealth and the benefits of the loved ones and that you know that are around you, not just your loved one, obviously, but just the house and home, all of those catalytic, you know, connections and celebrations that happen when you see the closing of a journey. There's a lot of mixed feelings that come when you hit a goal, because like, wow, okay, we hit that goal, and then next what? What's this? You know, that whole what's next, right? So, what kind of vacation or downtime is your soul craving? The Devil, having a little bit of fun. Yeah. Where have you really been disciplining yourself, making things happen? Have a bit of fun. stretch your legs, you know, where you have really stayed steadfast, responsible, and made things happen, this is that time to enjoy, okay? Go ahead and enjoy yourself. Also, I don't want to make it too overcomplicated. I'm like, is that it, guys? Really? So yeah, don't overthink things. Enjoy yourself. Keep focusing. And in this case, there's still yet more to come. You know, after this devil is a manifestation of, you know, mastering the physical in terms of how we co-create and manifest, put things into action. Okay, so there is, I feel, a potential for things to shift to the next level for you, Libra. And maybe there's a way that you can also support even those around you. So there's some potential for a lot of growth that's coming and that's up ahead. But right now, there's also a mindfulness to just enjoy the ride, enjoy the hard, you know, the benefits of your hard work and whatnot, and the people, the team, the family that you've managed to also kind of, you know, bring with you, build and whatnot. Okay, so check us out, girlonthemoon.com, Libra, for the many ways that we can continue to support you with a personal session of your own. Visit with the other moon and rising, your zodiac sign for moon and rising, just a bit of deeper insight. And till next time, take care. Hi, Scorpio. Happy July Capricorn full moon. This is Kapualani with your girl and her moon forecast. Let's see what's up. Scorpio, your message from the universe. 8 of Wands. Okay. It's interesting. I'm hearing keep the fires burning. Where you have been applying yourself, stay on that track. Okay? Something tells me you're up to no good, Scorpio. Just kidding. No, where you are focusing your excitement, where you are channeling that creative energy, and the people that you find yourself surrounded by, I get the sense, and I hope, let's see what the other cards say here, Scorpio, that you're surrounded in good company, that you're keeping good company, and or, you know, where you're kind of not feeling it, you're in a space here to go in that direction. Okay, so there's something here that I'm hearing, like maintaining and sustaining, having a space to keep things going. This full moon, it should kind of give you a bit of a boost of energy. And that makes sense, actually. Just like with this kind, I'm just feeling the energetics and the vibes right now. So let's see what this full moon will be bringing to your awareness. 7 of Pentacles. Okay, so these energies so far feel like it's going to be like nice practical energies, giving you space to take a look at just whatever projects and things you've been working on so far. And I don't know why, but I'm like hearing like getting things up to date, getting things in sync. You know, I tend to think of organization and alignment a lot when I see 7 of Pentacles, looking back and seeing, okay, where I have been taking action, where I have been applying myself, where I have been, you know, watering those seeds that I planted. What kind of progress am I seeing so far? And is it worth my while? Like, even if it's that you're an artist and you're just kind of working on certain things, like how are you feeling about working with oils versus acrylics versus this versus, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I've given this chance, this chance. I'm starting to find more. I'm producing more at this. I'm liking to do this. It's that, just being practical in that sense so that you can really maximize and your time and effort and energy, because things are going to start to pick up. And so, you know, where things are just not blooming, where it's not sprouting and you're giving it all that you've got, this is that opportunity to say, okay, well, I'm going to cut my losses. So what you may need to revisit, that being said, the Lovers, okay, migration, time to move on. Yeah, with what, you know, where they say in a positive way, yeah, you do reap what you sow. And in this case, Scorpio, I get the feeling that, you know, you, again, in fairness, I think you've been giving a lot of people a lot of possibility, you know, like things, maybe some chances here. And hey, you know, like anything else, seasons change, cycles ebb and flow, and they turn. So too does life, you know, and so we go with it. Okay. And so in terms of a revisitation, I get that, you know, you're being encouraged to really put that focus, the energy, the boost of energy and whatnot. When you are reevaluating, it's going to help you to make sense of the people and the connections that you really want to take with you, that you really want to maintain and sustain and keep, you know, and that next level and the next phases, the next journey of your life, you know. So there may be some things that are like, oh, and even if they're just like little habits or, you know, whatnot, hobbies or interests, or like I said, seeds, like we tried to plant a tomato seed, it's just not flourishing. Okay, now we're going to make space to whatever, watermelon, you know? So what, okay, let's get some advice, excuse me now, for a smooth full moon. Two of Swords, yeah. Wherever you're feeling stuck, okay, surrender, let go, tune in, spread your wings and fly, don't hesitate, okay? Things will work itself out. Don't keep yourself stuck or holding on to anything, because it just gets feeling of holding with the Two of Swords, holding on to things that are just not your responsibility. You know, it doesn't mean you have to do anything about it. Like where if it's you may not have to take an action. Like, let's just say if you feel like you've outgrown a relationship, it's not always necessary for you to, you know, take a text or pick up the phone or whatever. Like, hey, I think I've outgrown this relationship. Bye. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where in this case, you don't need to figure anything out. Time and space will figure it out for you. So whatever is causing strain, whatever you're holding on to, do your best to just take a breath, recognize where it's like, okay, I don't need to kind of like, you know, maintain and sustain this position any longer. Like, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to make up my mind about anything, but I also don't have to sit here and like stay in this kind of like uncomfortable thought, or sit here and stay in this uncomfortable position. You know what I mean? I can just like let it get figured out when it gets figured out, so you can move on. Okay, move on from what's not working, move on from what is really not yielding results on a practical level, you know? So, and it's okay. So let's see what sort of downtime your soul is craving. Eight of Pentacles, like I said, from the 7 to the 8. Move on. And 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands here. Regeneration with that number 8. Okay, and like I said, there's something that's just been holding. We need a break here. Okay, so in this case, tying up loose ends. Take this time to tie up loose ends, and whatever that might mean, or however that might, you know, energetically be represented for you. Okay, trust your senses. Take your time. There's no rush in making decisions, but definitely like focus on tying up those loose ends, okay, in the meantime, because there are other, you know, things coming into play. There's other possibilities, other opportunities getting ready as the cycles, when those cycles, the sun and the moon, when they finally go their own ways, guess what? So too, life, things will start to hit that web again. So this is that time. Take this downtime, like I said, where things are just maybe not happening, but you may just be waiting. You don't have to wait. Go tend to the things that are needing your attention right here and now, that are in just within you, in your own world, in your own sort of steps, and in your own preparedness for what's to come in your life and on your path. Okay? Other people will deal with all their own stuff. It'll get handled. So this is where it's like, trust your progress. like tie up those, I keep hearing tie up those loose ends and cut loose the stuff that's just now kind of becoming baggage. You know what I mean? And trust your process. So check us out. You know where to find us, girlinnermoon.com. We're there to, support, guide you in any way that you may need with a personal session of your own. And also, don't hesitate, look at your moon and rising zodiac signs as well for some deeper insight. So till next time, take care, Scorpio. Sagittarius, what is up? Kapualani here with your July Capricorn. If I can get the cards all together here. And speaking of Capricorn, hey, Capricorn full moon. Your girl and her moon. Full moon forecast. Ready or not? Let's see. What's up? Okay, Sag, your message from the universe. Judgment. Ooh, nice. Breaking free. So, I don't know why, but I'm hearing freedom finally, or just wherever you may have been feeling repressed, suppressed, locked down, and or meeting resistance. Okay, this full moon should really kind of feel like you're pulling the lid off of things. Okay. I feel like wherever there may have been a stagnation or like a heaviness, wherever you may have felt not necessarily even your own burdens, but burdened by the ones that you love. Not that they're doing it, but when you're empathic and just sensitive to the people around you, the people that you love, is like, oh, you kind of go through it with them. And it's not that, you blame anybody, but it's nice when you can finally kind of break through, like crest into your own pocket of fresh air again, and it's like breaking out of stagnation, Sagittarius. I feel it. And it's really nice energy for you. So let's see, that being said, what is being brought into your awareness? Wow, the bigger picture, the world. Okay. So they're not just gonna nothing like simple here, Sagittarius, just life as a whole. Okay, there's that energy from the inside out, gaining clarity and perspective again, seeing the bigger picture, where you were kind of stuck in tunnel vision. Yeah, wherever you may have just felt bogged down, really kind of going through it. It's like the bigger picture, feeling set free, feeling like yourself, like you can just take a nice big sigh of relief. There's excitement. There's possibility, potential that's opening up again. I feel this sounds a little, forgive me, but it's like things aren't over. And I don't, not to sound dramatic, but it can, at times, things can feel really repressive and daunting. And you're like, gosh, when is it going to give? This, I feel, is like, oh, finally. So I really feel like you can there's a sense of you feeling like yourself again, Let's see what you need to revisit. 9 of Pentacles, yep. Comfort within yourself, within your own reality. The Pentacles, what we can see, hold, and touch, okay? This is with these feathers and that, the peaceful dove, the Pentacles, this world, things coming full circle. Again, you feeling like yourself, feeling solid, and yet like you're... yeah, because it's that fire. So there's also a little bit of that, I think of the horse energy with Sagittarius, that freedom and just the wind and everything as well. So a lot of your independence coming back, feeling like, again, not to sound so repetitive, forgive me, but freedom is such a big thing for you, Sag. And even though family also is obviously a big thing, and you're so sensitive to the ones that you love, You definitely, we all need a space to feel ourselves, to be ourselves, and to like, feel comfortable in our own skin again, and I get that. So big on that theme. Let's get some advice for a smooth full moon. Yeah, Mother of Pentacles. Love it. This theme here. Take care of you. Okay. This is going to be a really lovely space to, be comfortable, house, home, your own little world here. Seeing things again, just from, you know, it's not just a new perspective, but it's something more realized. It's a graduation of things. The Mother of Pentacles, there is a responsibility, there's an ownership, there's a different way of looking at things, of approaching, things. And this aspect of like that nest kind of situation, and really just staying close to home, enjoying that home space. And I almost want to say the responsibilities that also come with it, of just like taking care of you, focusing on even just like, how your body is your home. So I love it. I love it. Let's get your vacation vibes, whatever your soul may be craving. Seven of Pentacles, more of those pentacles. Grounding, 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 practicality and grounding. In this case, this makes sense to me with how you've grown, and with where you have, you start off with an empty house or an empty apartment, and yeah, you maybe had stuff that was from a previous place, but you add to it and you add to it, and then over time, right, other things happen, and paperwork and receipts, all kinds of things, right? So there's this aspect of, okay, with your life now, just things seeming not just full circle, but really, wow, expanding and moving into different new levels of yourself, of maturity and whatnot, right? It's like, let's create more space. We need to create more space with the growth that you have and that you are enduring. Okay, so there's a space, and this is like a nice kind of practical way of enjoying yourself at home and being in the home space. Just really just kind of cleaning house and getting organized this full moon, which isn't actually a bad thing. So check us out, Sag, girlinhermoon.com. Spend some time with us with a personal session of your own, just extended, with a personal session. Also, don't hesitate to visit with your moon and rising zodiac signs as well, for some extra insight. But otherwise, really enjoy and embrace this full moon, Sagittarius. Until next time, take care. Hi, Capricorn. Kapualani here with your girl and her moon July full moon forecast. And this is actually your full moon, Capricorn full moon. Capricorn, let's see your message from the universe. Okay, this full moon, this is actually really nice. I feel like it's a really welcome energy. The Six of Pentacles, giving you that kind of opportunity to pause, step back, take a look at the give and take in your life. And not just that, but where you have invested yourself, where you have been investing your time and effort, your energy, the people, places, and, whatnot, experiences. It's giving you that time to receive and to really, I'm picking up on slowing down and appreciating the gains. Not just all of how you've been giving and how much you've been doing, but it's the flip side of things. This full moon is really, I feel a space, it's like pumping the brakes to shift those gears, and maybe even a little bit of vice versa in some ways. And not necessarily, it's like I don't even know what they mean by that, but it's just about the balance and the seesawing of things. Because there's times where that can be a good thing, right? Where when you are that person who is in need, when you are the person who is receiving, not people don't just like to, you know what I mean, be in positions of need. But where we have been in positions of need, right? Now we may be in that position to give back. And that's a really good feeling. That can't be anything but a good feeling. And I really picked that up more than anything, Capricorn. So, it's a space to also recognize relationships, the people that support you, and, or just, maybe that you've again been supporting, and giving yourself also, okay? Where you have been giving, this is also the time to let nature take its course too, because where sometimes it's like counter, right, intuitive, when we, like how they say you can water too much. So it's just, there's something here about minding the give and the take, and it's not necessarily even with others, but just in your own, I'm hearing routines, in your own patterns, so that you can just, again, be mindful of the results that you are co-creating and manifesting. Okay, what this full moon will bring you to your awareness? Seven of Wands, where you're applying yourself. It's also, okay, there is something coming up here, Capricorn, potential competition. There's something coming up here in terms of like, I was very on this whole thing with give and take. The Seven of Wands is about asserting yourself, overcoming obstacles and challenges. So I'm going to tune in here. You're in the midst of something, this full moon, I see, because of these minor arcana cards, shows me like something that you're in the midst of, that you will be in the midst of, in terms of it just even maybe feeling like you've got a number of people who you wish you could give to, or a number of things that you could wish you give your time and energy to, but it's like, I just don't know where, there's just too many things. So you may have to just focus on you, for that matter. Like I said, there's something here that's like the give and the take is what's kind of like accountability of, okay, taking ownership. I've given this much, you've given that much. And in this case, it's really like, don't do more than you need to, but you may feel as if you're having to kind of like almost fend people off. Like, when you're a hard worker, people, they react really weird when you're like, I need a break and I'm tired. It's the reaction that you get isn't always pleasant. And so I feel like this is giving you a space to really reevaluate your relationships and see like who's really on your side. It's like, like, I don't know. So let's see what you might need to revisit this full moon. Yeah. Heart to heart. Who's on your side? And are you on your own side? Here's the thing, Capricorn. Don't let anybody guilt trip you. Okay? Especially where you don't have anything to give. Okay? If you are like really struggling to keep your own fire lit, listen. All these other people who are like, hey, will you keep my fire going? You know what I mean? It's like, listen, I'm like my own hose is like dripping here with like me trying to water my plant. And you ask, I can't. No, like there's just a big no. Like, you know what I mean? So water your own garden. There's something in terms of like when you're in the revisit, take care of you. Take that time. You don't owe anybody any explanations. And I feel like, in this case, it feels like natural. I don't feel heavy, scary stuff, or like people that are going to be so severely disappointed or so severely upset with you. Okay, Capricorn, it's like they're going to be fine. You just say, hey, you know what? I got to go my own way right now and take care of me, but like, I'll see you later, and it's going to be fine. So in this case, I also don't feel like you're having to even be alone. I do see you having at least this one or two friends to support you. So go toward the love, gravitate to the love, gravitate to where it is replenishing, and what is encouraging, okay, and healing for you when you're feeling burnt out or like scattered and you just don't know where to give your time and energy, or who, you know what I mean, to prioritize. It's like, give it back to you, and whatever's going to be healing and just revitalizing and loving for you, okay? Make it easy. Advice for a smooth full moon with that in mind. Yeah, breathe. Nine of Swords. What is invading your sleep? What is troubling your thoughts? Are you taking on, just more responsibility for things than you need to, worrying about things that you have no control over in this case? So that's where, again, advice for a smooth full moon. Take a breath, connect with healing energies. I think of thorns on the rose, in that case, like, I don't even want to say, I'm like, every rose has its thorn. It's not even about that. I'm hearing mind your expectations. Mind your expectations, go into your heart. And when I say mind your expectations, it's like just meaning don't be so hard on yourself. You may want to be there for everybody, and you can't. Don't torture yourself about it, okay? That's the biggest thing. And I guess that's what I mean. Every rose has its thorn. And when you do good, there's still like, ooh, you know what I mean? So that's where it's just give yourself a break, okay? So that being said, what type of a break is your soul craving? Yep, Nine of Pentacles, you being accountable for your own stuff. Look at the good in your life, okay? And I also see this as being an example. When it's a 9, there's energies of independence and reflection, preparing, to just see what have I learned as I'm getting ready to close out these cycles, as we're going to that 10 of, celebration, we've made it. There are things that are still in development, and there are people who are in need out there. And, guess what? It's not your responsibility. It's not your place. Like, just because you have a garden doesn't mean that your garden is meant to feed the whole world, So you might want to, you might wish that you could, but the reality is, be the way, be the way, be the example, be the change in that way. Okay. So that being said, Capricorn, like I said, go to the love, flow with the love, give yourself a break, realize that there are, some cycles that are closing out in that regard. So you can, celebrate the good that you have. And in that case, like I said, be the example. That's all. Just be the example. So, well, you know what? This is how I got I can't light it for you, but this is how I lit my fire. Like if you're halfway across the world from somebody, like, yeah, send me a lighter. It's like, well, it'd be faster if I just showed you this video on how to do it. If you don't have a lighter yourself, right? So, yes, I think we got it there. Hit us up, girllearnermoon.com. Book a personal session for yourself, Capricorn, because we're here to support you, of course. And otherwise, check out your moon and rising signs, a bit extra insight. Have a fabulous and please rested full moon, okay? Take care. Till next time. Hello, Aquarius. This is Kapualani with your July girl and her moon, full moon forecast. We've got Capricorn, full moon, Aquarius. Let's see. Hey. Okay, Aquarius, your message from the universe this full moon. The devil. Sneaky little devil. Okay. So I get that the wheels are turning. You've got a lot that you may have your mind, like you just have your mind set on getting things done. And this may be a very active period for you, Aquarius. And albeit there may be a very tempting period for you as well. And when I say temptation, it doesn't have to necessarily mean like cardinal things, like negative, toxic things. But it's just taking risks, for example, being more likely to rush into things, because I can feel the thoughts. I can feel that air just circulating. So be mindful, okay? I gotta slow down here and just myself and say, be mindful of the monkey mind. Be mindful of any obtrusive, like just things that are becoming a little bit like obsessive, or that you start to fixate on, Aquarius. Okay, be mindful of that and take a step back, breathe, and get as present with yourself as possible, because I feel like you're going to be very affected by this full moon to take action. You're going to be affected to want to make things happen, to want to get out and do things. And if you're not focused and channeled with that kind of get up and go, energy, it can sort of like be a bit distracting. So that being said, let's see what this full moon will be bringing to your awareness. The Hermit, yep. Mindful, steady steps. Okay. This is where it's going to benefit you to have that fixed air, Aquarius. Because like I said, I feel like I can feel that air going, but that isn't to say that, you need to be like a tornado, because that's sometimes how I compare. I speak about Aquarius, like you can be a wind tunnel tornado, so you can hold it, or you can, go all over the place. So in this space, it's more effective for you to channel and harness that wind tunnel energy, like the fire, your actions, okay? Focused actions, the Hermit here. So harness that intelligence, harness those ideas, harness all of the great intentions and possibility potential that come to you, okay? And allow for the path to reveal itself. Aquarius, you may be picking up on a lot of intuitive things. I feel like a lot of your just life lived wisdom and experiences are lining up here, and things are going to start to make sense. So let the path guide you. Let the universe, the opportunities, your higher self, and the experiences guide all of that. Yeah, the fire possibility, because I feel this like readiness to make things happen, to really sink your teeth into things, and and you're being encouraged. What's being brought into your awareness again is being slower, a little bit maybe more, not necessarily methodical, but leaning on your past experiences, knowing yourself, knowing how you are, how you react when these kinds of, empowering sort of energies are at play, and how you can harness and channel, keep it sustained and maintained, something that you can work with, rather than it being all this cardinal type of fire, because you're a fixed sign, and with that Aquarius energy, so you can create a wind tunnel to control, so you can have controlled actions, for example. There's a lot of opportunity here for refinement, I feel, because I see Aquarius energy as being very, very like skilled, and can be, in terms of being, with combining that intellect and mechanical ability or artistic precision, for example, is what I meant to say. So let's see what you may need to revisit. Ace of Pentacles. Yep. The beginning. Starting point. There's a lot of possibility, potential. A lot of this desire and this, energy to make something happen. But it's like, you don't want to just be here, fire here, fire here, fire here. You want to have, something that's consistent, like a fire pit, so that one, it's controlled, and two, you can keep going back to it to use it. Okay, so something consistent for you to go back to, a starting point and a focal point. Okay, also something tangible, like I said, something that you can sink your teeth into, something tactile, not just an idea floating in the air and you running around trying to like make things happen. And there is somewhere for you to channel those actionable steps, that actionable intention and energy. Okay, there is, and I feel like you're getting it, or at least I hope that I'm making sense here. There's gonna be places when you focus, it gives opportunity for other things to really become possible and realized. Okay, advice for a smooth full moon. Son of Pentacles, yep. Apply yourself, focus on what you're looking at, what's right in front of you. Engage the experience, you know, engage the experience. There is this energy of also not becoming too fixated on all the intricate details, okay? Because remember, we've still got priorities and a path to focus on. It's kind of like when you're trying to zoom in and zoom out and zoom in and zoom out. You know, you want to focus, but you want to be like, so in this case, enjoy the process, engage the process, but also be mindful of your direction and your focal point. Have that focal point so that you can create consistency. And that, you know, even when you're on a path, right, you want to not be like kind of, there's consistency and also conserving and reserving your energy, okay? Not running all over the place, like I said, that wind tunnel or tornado. Focus. Okay. What type of vacation is your soul craving? 5 of Cups. Okay. So there's a thing of slowing down here. I realize, okay, there may be an urgency to move forward because perhaps, you know, when things become a bit flat, bland, boring, and I don't mean to just use that word so casually or those words so casually, but there is regret and there is an inability to really appreciate and or focus on what's ahead when we see the 5 of Cups. And so as a energy that's encouraging downtime, this 5 of Cups says, hey, you know, take this time to slow down, like we said, you know, and hey, maybe, you know, make peace with what cycles are closing up. And I don't mean to be so like silly or literal, but you know, I'm getting this example, like if it was a really great meal that you had, hey, you know, it's okay. I know we're bummed out. It was such a really great meal. We're never going to have that meal again, that conversation. We're never going to have that kind of conversation again. But there's still great conversations. There's still other meals to look forward to. In the meantime, you know, while you're lamenting, let's clean up the dishes. Okay, there's still things to be done while we might not be just kind of like so ready and willing to, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, it's a little bit of a bummer. I know the party, it's way over there. I got to get these steps done before I can be really ready to engage the party. You know what I mean? But that's where it's like, don't worry. There is going to be another one. There's going to be more good times to be had. Right now, you're just kind of having to focus on tying up these loose ends in so many ways and just kind of honoring your own sort of process. It's going to happen. You're going to get there. But right now, life, the universe, the cycles are asking you to sort of slow down, mind yourself, because, hey, what you're building now, what you establish now, and the strength and the focus that you give to the foundations that you're working with here and now, it's what's going to count in the long run. Like I said earlier, you know, consistency. You know, consistency creates the best results, or at least it will create some kind of result in the end, right? So, Aquarius, connect with us, girlinourmoon.com, for a number of ways that we can continue to provide you with guidance and support here. Check out your moon and rising signs as well for some additional insight. And, you know, have a good one. A blessed and bright full moon. Till next time, take care. Pisces, happy July, Capricorn, full moon. This is Kapualani with your full moon report. The girl in her moon. Full moon report, excuse me. So focused on the cards. So focused on you, Pisces. Okay, let's get your message from the universe, Pisces. The Chariot. Oh, this is going to be a nice time for you to really, one, get caught up with how far you've come, to continue on with I'm getting with your trajectory. I feel a moment of pause. It's almost like, when you run toward the horizon, how it's just the horizon just never gets any closer. You can just keep running and running into the horizon. I feel this moment of pause, and I almost feel like if and where you've been trying to break away or like make headway, Pisces, when you stop and slow down, you may find like, wow, I've really come far. Like, in focusing on that horizon, for example, whatever it is that you are trying to move on from or leave behind, because I get a feeling of moving on from something. But in this case, you've moved on, and now it's like we're pausing and we're stopping and we're like, wow, I've come a long way. This is this feeling that I have, so I feel like there's an opportunity for you to really start to feel like your own sense of self-empowerment and self-confidence, and how you've found a way of balancing after a lot of changes and ups and downs potentially. So let's see what this one will be bringing to your awareness. Son of Wands. Yep, the opportunity to kind of pop your head up after you've been just running and running and running. It's like slowing down, and seeing what's out there, popping your head up, connecting to, I'm almost getting, now forgive me because this might sound silly, but like the spice of life with this sweet serpent, the Son of Wands, and its tongue sticking out, the eye sort of focusing and seeing, okay, what's out there? What am I looking at? What does my eye spy? I feel that this is an opportunity for you to engage like new exciting like not difficult when I say challenges, but things that are exciting, adventures, and or just letting yourself follow your creative spirit, your creative energy, try new things, be spontaneous, connect to your passions, connect to your, listening to your senses. Okay, well, you may need to revisit this full moon. 4 of Cups. That's fair. Where you may be overthinking things. So I almost get this energy. I'm hearing like risk evaluation, but in terms of like, okay, if I'm going to go try something, if I'm going to be spontaneous, don't just stay stuck behind that staff, just checking things out, because there is a little bit of a feeling in terms of being like timid, like there's an initial excitement, but all of all of a sudden when you look at there, it's just like, oh, okay, what do I do now? So make this less mechanical, less about logic and thought, and more about trusting your gut, your instincts. Okay, so in that case, allowing yourself the opportunity to try something new, like for example with these glasses, you don't have to drink the whole thing. Why can't you just taste a little and, oh, okay, maybe that was for me. It's like, oh, maybe that's not for me. You can sample, okay? And then just see how you feel, not what you think, okay? See how you feel. Let's get some advice for a smooth full moon. The world, look at the bigger picture. Let yourself just try new things, okay? Let yourself play, let yourself have fun, let yourself open up to the new cycles, a new way of seeing things in terms of, again, maybe not over analyzing and just saying, hey, you know what I mean? I gotta go for a walk and, ooh, look, smell some roses here, and then keep walking. Oh, look, it smells. Ooh, that's not for me. This is for me. Stuff like that. Let yourself really take in the experience. Let yourself get caught up with how far you've come. Like I said, I feel this sense of, with the Chariot, not that you're on the move, you've been on the move. Now you get to pause and really get caught up and see how far you've come. There's a new there's a new cycle here, and with that you have some new insights and new perceptions that you're bringing with it. So okay, let's see what sort of vacation your soul's craving. The devil. Have fun. Have fun. Where you, oh, I feel this inclination for you to also, not just in terms of trying new things, but you, if you're feeling like hands on, this feels like a really inventive, creative time, like a time to really sort of apply yourself creatively, to, not just in terms of having fun, but really, you know, with the devil, it's manifestation, working with the physical, bringing things into the reality. You're making things happen, Pisces. This is like taking a look again at how far you've come, taking a look at, you know, hypothetically, the new world in which you're working, you're operating in, now that you have kind of asserted yourself, now that you've done the work to get yourself caught up, to get ahead, to make things happen, to, you know, like if you yourself have been trying to co-create and manifest a new home or like a new business opportunity, whatever the case may be, I feel like, you know, when the devil comes to like how a break and it comes to downtime, one, enjoy, okay? Let go also of anywhere that like you might be overthinking or second guessing, you know, that you need to go back and do things or whatnot, and put the burdens down. Anything that may be like, I think of the monkey mind with this. Put it down, let it go, see the bigger picture, look at what's right in front of you, the new opportunities that are right in front of you. Let the past and whatever else you know what I mean, are left behind, let it be in the past, okay? So I'm going to encourage you, Pisces, to visit with us, girllearnermoon.com, for, you know, numerous ways that we can help you. I mean, I like using the word help, but just continue to offer guidance and support. Check out your moon and rising signs for some deeper wisdom, insights, and otherwise have a blessed and beautiful full moon. Thanks so much, Pisces. Take care.